I was thinking about what video should I record. I got down on my laptop, started coming up with some ideas, and I actually came up with one. And when it came to recording it just now, I realized, wait, why should I do that? Every time I've ever planned something, it doesn't happen that way. And that's when I realized the way that I work doesn't come from planning. Because you can't plan the future, you can't predict the future. You can have an educated guess, but in my life, whenever I made a plan, that's never the way it went. It really comes from going with the flow. An example I can give you is I've been traveling for the last 3 years, and I can't even tell you what's going to happen 2 months from now. I have no clue. I don't know where I'm going to be financially. I don't even know which country I'm going to be in. I know the next month and a half, but 2 months from now, I really don't have a clue. And that is what comes with entrepreneurship, is having uncertainty about the future, but then being able to live with it. I was talking to one of my friends the other day. I told him most people could not live the kind of life that I live, purely for the fact that they would be scared and fearful of what might or might not happen. My God, there's a beautiful yellow bird just going crazy right now. But most people could not live the kind of life I live because I can literally survive for a month at a time with the kind of income I have, traveling the world, going to Mexico, going to Brazil, Thailand, Hungary, all of these different places. And they could just not live with the uncertainty. Most people need a stable income, a stable job to feel that safety. But they're going to stay in the same place for the next year, 2 years, 5 years. Whereas me, I have to keep moving. The way I enjoy life is keep going with the flow, actually live the kind of lifestyle I want. Because I can tell you 5 years from now, I want to be, traveling the world, be rich, have all of these things. But if I don't live it now, it's always going to be in the future. And that's what comes first, is living it in the present moment. So even planning a video like this, the best way I perform and the videos that have performed the best for me came from not planning. It came just from sitting down in front of a camera and talking to it and whatever comes up in my mind. Yes, I have an idea of what I'm going to talk about. For example, not planning here, but I don't write out the script. I just do it because that's when my best stuff comes out. When I am in the present and with the flow is when I perform the best. When I'm on a sales call and taking a sales call, I don't read a script or say a script. It's literally going with the conversation, and people buy into the conversation. When someone has a business, or for example, someone sells a course, a generic course doesn't help most people. What helps is it's a very specific issue that you solve. Someone who is making 50K a month might need something else than someone else who's making 50K a month. One person might need a closer, someone to sell his course for him. The other one might just need someone, just a web page. It really depends on the kind of person you are. And that's the thing. Most people could not live this lifestyle because every month, 2 months, I don't know where I'm going to be. But that is the beauty of it. I'm able to do this. Most people would not. And that's the kind of person you have to be. You have to live the life that you actually want to live. Whether there's uncertainty, there's doubt, there's fear, you just have to live it. And you can't live in anxiety and fear. You have to go with it. You have to keep going. Because when you live in anxiety and fear, that's when you perform the best. That's when you perform the worst. That's when you have 20% of your intelligence that actually works for you. And this is a fact I literally learned today. When you're in fear, doubt, when you're in the emotions that are negative, only 20% of your intelligence is actually performing. That's why you can't live with it. You have to be grateful. You have to actually be confident in the present. If I look in the future, I'm uncertain, and then anxiety might come up. But I always know it's going to work itself out. Whenever I make a plan, a 3 month plan, I even made one for Q2, beginning of April or the end of March. I know that's not exactly how the plan's going to go. Even in April, it's not going that way. It's going in that direction, but not exactly that way. You can't predict the future. You have to go with that flow. So I'll tell you that because I went to Thailand, for example, 2 years ago with £1,000 to my name. I didn't know what was going to happen. I literally just went there. I was trying to figure it out. And that's what I did. I tried to figure it out. And I was there for 6 months. I didn't know if I was going to be there for 2 weeks. I didn't know if I was going to be there for 2 months. I was there for the full 6 that I could actually stay. Then I went to Hungary. And I said, okay, I'm going to go there for now and actually learn sales properly. And so I did. And I was there for about 7 months. I didn't know how long I was going to be there. I stayed there for 7 months. Again, in Brazil, I went there just planning, bought an Airbnb for 6 weeks. I was there for 4.5 months. So it's like you never know. Even here in Mexico, we planned a 6 week trip and I extended it an extra 2 weeks because it works out better for me. I didn't know what was going to happen. I figure it out close to the time because you can't plan ahead so much. You can have an idea of the direction you want to go in. You should always have an idea of the direction you want to go in. A great example I can give you is last Saturday. I was just here alone. My friends went out for a weekend away and I couldn't because I was working. But, I was really starting to get a headache. I was really kind of unclear about the future of the direction my life was going in. I was getting all this, what's it called? Like the gold syndrome of, someone tell me in the comments, like shiny object syndrome of like trading. I can get into trading, move away from sales, or I can do an KDP Amazon book business and I can do that. Like going at different directions because I wanted some a change. But then I actually just sat down and started journaling or started reading back my journal from a year ago. And I started realigning myself. I wrote down exactly what I wanted out of my life, what kind of lifestyle, what kind of money I had to make minimum. So it's not like I wrote out exactly what job I'm going to do and this and this. One of them was YouTube and personal brand, but the other one was, just make enough money to have that lifestyle so I can live the travel lifestyle and etc. Is to be this sort of wife at this age. It's kind of a prediction. It's what I would like, but again, it's not guaranteed. So whenever you make a plan, you can't actually force it to happen, unless you have some crazy metrics and you can see the future. But if you can see the future, do sports betting instead. So yeah, like you can never rely on your plan. You have to go with the flow. And if you are a person that literally can't do that, then you're not gonna make it, my friend. It's good to plan, but you're always gonna be uncertain. Before you buy a mentorship, you're gonna be uncertain. Most people are. Those people who I sell a mentorship to are uncertain. Like they don't know what's gonna happen in the future. And you just have to do it. You just have to go with it. And you have to live the kind of life that you want to live now, rather than wait for it to happen. Like I never wait for anything to happen. I never wait to do something until I have the money. I do it now, even though I don't have the money. I don't have that much money. Like if you don't do it now, when? Like the future is not guaranteed. The only moment that actually exists is the right now, the current present moment. So like even thinking about like the future goals, it doesn't matter. It's the feeling now. It's what you're living now that you can actually fully live in. Because the future is a made up thing and the past is a made up thing. Did it actually happen? We don't know, right? It probably did happen. That's what we think. But the present is the only thing that's guaranteed and tangible. And that's what we can control. You can control what you do right now. You can control what you watch on YouTube right now. You can control getting out of your seat, out of your bed, standing up and doing whatever the fuck you want with your life. You can go to the gym right now. That's completely your conscious decision. If you keep saying, I'll wait for it to happen, like you how many times are going to repeat this loop? How much time passes before something changes? We get stuck in these loops and we have to knock ourselves out of it. The same way I have to knock myself out of the uncertainty and doubt about my future or my direction in life. Once I sat down there, I had so much more clarity. I knew what I was doing it for. I knew the direction I was going. I knew to stop the shiny object syndrome. So now I don't focus on that anymore. I focus on two important things where the direction of my life is going. So I hope this video helped. I hope you took something away with it. If you did, I'd appreciate a subscribe. I'm trying to reach, I'm not even going to tell you how many subscribers, but I'm trying to reach that number. And I hope that you enjoyed. Like it if you liked it. Don't like it if you didn't. See you very, very, very soon, my friend.